Have you ever found yourself struggling to remember your own phone number? Or made a snap judgment about someone by just considering his looks? It's humiliating to realize how vulnerable we are to make mistakes. While we are prone to see our mistakes as individual exceptions to the rule, our tendency to make mistakes is actually something we are born with, as a result of the way we evolved. Because humans were evolved to this stage only by trial and error, which means we are here only by making mistakes and then correcting it. But there is more to the story. When we make mistakes, we feel that it's not our game, and we tend to settle as mediocre. On the other side of the coin, we only get better if we make mistakes. While considering the two conditions, let's derive why we make mistakes. Before that, if you are new here, then welcome to the tribe. For a lifetime growth, improvement and transformation topics, become a part of our tribe by subscribing that red icon subscribe button below the video. If you are done subscribing, then let's enter into the show. Humans are extremely egoistic, self-centered, critical, and biased beings that they become unaware of their restrictions and flaws. These characteristics are obvious reasons why people make mistakes, regardless of the consequences and outcome that may face them. A great number of mistakes have spread through the humanity due to the fact that people are unaware of the faults they make. The fact you being unknowledgeable about your own mistakes will render you incapable of learning from them. Here, limitations has nothing to do with the other person or the way you are. It's actually our view of the world is limited by our eyes and our mind. The world is incredibly complex. We are constantly confined with much more information than our brains can handle. Plus, there are many different ways to look at every situation. Part of the problem is our field of vision is literally limited to 180 degrees. So, at any given moment, we only see half of what to see. But there is also a psychological aspect of the problem. A scenario will appear differently to one person than it will appear to other. Another way, our view of the world is limited by our tendency to see only what we expect to see, where we expect to see. Which means we often fail to notice many key details. People give immediate conclusions about others based on irrelevant clues that affect their decisions in every possible way. Well, the simplest way to describe is by don't judge a book by its cover. But people do that all the time, even when they think they are giving natural and non-biased thoughts. Okay, let's face it though, we are beings driven by emotions, desire, biases and a huge amount of social pressure. We prefer to make mistakes than rather standing and doing nothing, and account these mistakes responsible for not taking required actions, which then lead us to say something that is not really true. There are definite limits to the number of things people do at one instant. The more they do, the more there is a chance of getting mistake. There is a beautiful quote that goes like this: almost everyone is overconfident, except for people who are depressed and they tend to be realistic. Stefano Della Vigna. Most people can't see the limits, so they end up building ambitions and dreams that are beyond their abilities. For you to see the real improvement, you should do these. 1. Think small and start small. 2. Measuring regularly is must for you to keep rating your steps. 3. Thinking negatively. Although it is advised to stay optimistic, it is also essential to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. 4. Most of your worst decisions are made under pressure and stress. So, relax and rest. Get some sleep. The first step for correcting mistake is knowing that you actually had made one. Step down a bit from your self-centered mindset and think ahead before you make any serious decisions. Mistakes are a part of our daily routine, but a big part of them can be avoided. If you want to stay accountable, then subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. And share it with your friends and family. If you found valuable insights in this video, then raise your finger and smash that like icon. YouTube's algorithm will handle the rest of the process. We will meet you in another episode of Mature Beings. Until then, work hard.